Hello and welcome back to StudentBlue.com.
And first thing I'm actually going to do is constructor method 101. Here I'm actually going to do constructor method. So I'm going to do this public constructor method 101. So this method name is the class name, and that's why it's called constructor method. Now I'm going to say println, and I'm going to say this is constructor method. So now I'm going to copy this in again, and I'm going to say, I'm actually going to put a parameter in here. Structure method with parameter param. So I've got this to constructor method here with parameters. Okay, so let's create another class here, constructor method now. And in here, I'm just going to put example. Okay, I'm going to create a static method here. Alright, so now I'm actually going to say constructor method 101, right? This is a class in here. So I'm going to say method 1, okay, a new constructor method 101. Now I can see here, I've got this one constructor method with no parameters, right? So, and another constructor with parameters. So let's create the object first. And I'm actually going to say method 1 dot. I do not have any instance methods, so let's create an instance method here. And I'm actually going to say public void instance method. I'm going to print out this is an instance method. Alright, so I'm actually going to say here instance method. So now if I run this, okay, so create object method 1 with the default constructor. So now if I do this, it says here, right, as soon as I create this method 1 here, right, this object, it actually called this one here. And it called this one instead of this one because when I said new constructor method, I'm actually, and without no parameters, it's actually calling this constructor method without no parameters. Right? So let's just actually comment this one. If I just create an object right here, I said new constructor method, right? That's how we created an object till now, right? So when I did that, right, I have this constructor method, and actually it's calling this constructor method because here I do not have any parameters. So now with this instance method, it's actually gonna print out this, call this constructor method, then I'm actually calling instance method, and this is instance method. Now let's create another object in here. And I'm actually gonna say 2 and full constructor with parameter. Constructor having parameter. So, and I'm actually going to say 2, and in here I'm actually going to say parameter, let's say constructor. And if I run this now, right, and I got to make this one as 2. So now here, as soon as I created this object, right, it's actually calling this constructor method, okay? And the reason why it called that is because when I created an object, right, I'm calling this constructor method. It calls this constructor method because when I created an object with a new constructor method 101, I put a parameter in here. So now if I try to do this and I try to enter another this like that, it's going to throw an error here. So let's say here, and it's saying that, you look into this error here, saying that either I need to create a constructor with another parameter, right? Create a signature constructor string. I only have one string parameter, so it's throwing an error. So that's how you can actually create a constructor method. And it's a very important method because that you know, if you wanted to actually have a default behavior, right? Like for instance, if you want to create an object with, you know, this string parameter, then you can force the user to create an object with this parameter. Okay, so we're going to learn about this in the next example here. Alright, so that's it for this this example here. I'm actually going to create another one. This is going to be customer, and here I'm actually going to create the constructor method here, and here I'm actually going to say system.out.println. This is, let's say, welcome to Walmart. And here, I'm actually going to create an instance method, get customer name. I'm going to say public void get name as parameter in here, string param. And in here, it's actually going to say customer name is, and I'm going to say param in here. So I've got this customer constructor method, right? This is constructor method, and I've got the another instance method. I want to create another class in here, and I'm going to say customer constructor method. Just kind of paste that. So now if I run this, I'm going to say welcome to Walmart, customer name is John. So you can see here, right? Customer object has this default constructor, okay, which does not have any parameters, and I've got this get name instance method. Okay, so if you look in here, I created an object customer one, and I said new customer, and in here I was trying to get the name of the person. Here I put John. So here, right, so when I call this one, right, customer new customer, it actually calls this default constructor, right, and it doesn't have parameter, and it's gonna work because I do not have any parameter. So it created a customer one object and got the name of the customer. So now let's create another example here, and I'm going to say vehicle. All right, and in here I'm actually going to type string. I'm going to say make string model int year. Right, so this is the make model in year, and I'm actually going to create a constructor method. So here I want to actually force the user, right? I want to force the user, whenever they create an object of this vehicle class, they need 3 parameters, right? So I can do that using this constructor method here. So I'm going to say here this.make equal make, this.model equal model, this.year equal year. So what you're basically saying, this variable here is equal to this parameter, this model equals to this parameter, this year equal to this parameter. Let's see if I can do vehicle. Right, so if I just do vehicle make, it won't work. Okay, so what I'm saying is this dot make, right, or you can also say make, right, but it's going to confuse, right? When you say make equal make, the computer does not know, are you talking about this make or are you talking about this make? Okay, so in that case you can use this dot make. Okay, when you say this dot make, it's actually calling this make here, this model. Okay, to make it not more confusing, you can also say vehicle make, and here vehicle model. Okay, vehicle year. So now in here I can say vehicle make, vehicle model, and vehicle year. And now if I can just do this, that would work as well, right? So now I don't have to do this because this parameters are different from this one here. So now here I'm actually going to create an instance method. I'm going to say public void start, and it's going to say starting. Okay. All right. So now let's create vehicle constructor method. So in here, I'm actually going to create the void main method in here. So I can call vehicle. I'm going to say vehicle1 equal new vehicle. Right. So if you can see here, right, as soon as I try to run this, like remember we did not have any parameter. We used to just do new whatever the class name and in parentheses. Versus parentheses without anything, right? And it's saying here when I try to run this, constructor vehicle and class vehicle cannot be applied to given types. Required string, and int. Okay, and here I'm not putting any arguments in here. So you actually, with this constructor method, you're forcing users to actually. You can only create an object if you actually provide 3 parameters in here. So here now I'm going to create Ford, and in here Taurus, and 1992. right? So every time you go to a hotel or you go somewhere, right? When you register your vehicle, you're going to need at least three parameters, right? So you can actually force the user to say, hey, you want to use this hotel, or you want to actually register this hotel. You're going to actually need your three parameters of your vehicle. You're going to have to provide your vehicle information, okay, make, model, and year. All right. So now I can also call here v1.start, because start is an instance method. So now if I run this, right, it's going to say starting. I'm starting. Okay, so that's how you can actually create a constructor method. Okay, so we went from all the way from creating a basic simple constructor method here to we created the customer class with default constructor with no parameters in here. Then we actually created an object for that. Then we actually created a constructor method with three parameters, right? Then we're actually saying the customers to actually, you can only create an object if you have these three parameters, if you provide these three parameters. And we did that here. Alright, so that's it for this lecture. I hope you understood what constructor method is. Again, this is one of the very important methods, and you'll be using this all the time. So then you need to understand what constructor method is. Okay, so I hope you guys learned what constructor method is. If you're not, please repeat these lectures and videos, and also kind of play around with different examples until you fully understand what this constructor method is. Alright, that's it. I'll see you guys in our next lecture.